This NFL Picks Week 8 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers. Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Sean, can't believe it's already week 8 in the National Football League. We've already gotten here. It's amazing.
In your defense, I feel like you've dialed that bit back. Well, you don't use it as often.
It's not week 8 yet. Now it's week 8.
Now it's
middle of the season is right around the corner. We're already done with the London games.
I consider the playoffs part of the season, so we're 1/3 of the entire NFL season.
Yeah, but the regular season is almost half over.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the regular week 8 and the regular season.
It's true.
They don't call it week 19. They call it Super Wild Card Weekend.
Some places you see some week 19s kicking around.
That's nonsense.
That is nonsense. Here we are breaking down, picking every NFL game against the spread like we've done since 2011. Shout out to the chat. I see the chat is lit. Great to see you guys live over on the youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. I'm fired up. Feeling pretty good about the slates, some good opportunities, of course, leading the way, National Tight End Day. And does
that impact your handicap, Sean?
I think it should slightly. I think, well,
maybe more for the prop show tomorrow.
Well, and if you missed the Thursday night props, this was before it had really settled in, because I did set a calendar reminder, National Tight End this day, this week.
Yes.
I set it for Wednesday because that's when we record the picks episode, but I didn't think about it as much on Thursday's episode where we previewed it. And my DGen parlay was Will Dissly, Josh Oliver, anytime touchdown parlayed, which is like a crazy, like 200 to 1 long shot. Now
I saw people were having a hard time getting that down. The books know. They know.
Josh Oliver, especially, and he's one of my first touchdowns. I think Dissly, also fun in the first TD market, but definitely Josh Oliver.
We got to start calling it the Spank Bank. Josh Oliver is in the Spank Bank.
He is. I was thinking about
Ireland.
Yeah, knock on wood. But if he comes through for us, Ryan, he's certainly. And maybe you can put out a list, your Hall of Fame guys, because I think there's been
Spank Bank power rankings.
Yeah, there's been guys that have cashed us multiple first TDs at really good prices. Now, certainly there's been, like a Jahmyr Gibbs or something, but we don't ever really play the chalk much in the first TD market. Even chalk for us is maybe 10 to 1, 11 to 1. Oh, where you get some rushing quarterbacks that really pounded in there.
Very rarely will I play anything less than 8 to 1. Yeah, that's the line in the sand.
Tight end day, last 3 national tight end days, or actually it includes 4. And we got 2020. These are total touchdowns scored by tight ends. 2024, 15 tight ends. That was the outlier, but and really high. 2023 there were 7. 2022 5 TDs. 2021 8 TDs. So I think there's going to be some tight end touchdowns. Tight ends are interesting because
what do you take away from that? The increase over time.
I mean, probably random, but you know how these guys.
Not random.
Ryan, I think we talk about this narrative stuff all the time. And now, like, go back to the Seahawks. Clearly, there's something going on with the Seahawks where there were these 1-yard carries that they decided to give to Zach Charbonnet, in spite of it being Kenneth Walker's birthday. For whatever reason, the Seahawks want to reward Charbonnet with these 1-yard carries. Could Kenneth Walker get into the end zone from 1 yard? Probably just as good as Zach Charbonnet, but whatever reason, Seattle is looking to reward him. And I think play callers have these same kind of tendencies. If you're calling these red zone plays, maybe there's like a 5%, 10% chance, a higher chance of some of these tight ends getting their number called in the red zone.
Yeah, it's how you keep your play. It's the modern player, right?
Yeah,
this is NBA leaking into the NFL.
You really
keep your tight ends happy because we all know they have their concert with Taylor Swift every summer down there in Tennessee. You don't want them talking bad because you didn't get a tight end day touchdown.
And shout out to Ryan.
It's a fucking disability.
Shout out to Ryan O'Flanagan, Mitchell Evans, 3 TDs.
Whoa.
Well, shout out to Ryan. He's the one who Panthers super fan. Of course, the Panthers have gone on a winning streak ever since the Meow Mix podcast has been canceled, which is funny in its own right. I was proposing Ryan take over the Meow Mix podcast, but now maybe as Panthers fans, you leave it alone. And Mitchell Evans, I played him again. I didn't give him out officially on the prop show, but I played him again. And damn it, he was the first read on their red zone first touchdown. And they covered it well. Bryce even like faked it to him. And then they ended up going to, I think it was Leggett who got the first touchdown. But I am still going to be playing Mitchell Evans anytime touchdown.
Well, Dalton throwing him the ball maybe?
Yeah. No, 100%. And Dalton, yeah, 100%. Now, will I officially give it out on the prop show? Maybe, but I will definitely be back to the Mitchell Evans. Well, on any time on the touchdown on the tight end day. Of course, you got to play Mitchell Evans.
Yeah, I'd have so many soft benching around a nice tight end day.
Good transition, Ryan, to our first game. We got to discuss this soft benching game, which is just, I don't know why it annoys me, but I think it's just because of the Vikings fans fighting it so hard. Even our buddy Crack Rock, who I really trust his reporting, trusted source. Love Crack Rock. Think he puts out a good product on social media, and he has had some scoops. He's plugged into a couple weird markets. Weird situations. I mean, how would you
I mean, I would describe him as someone who seems to have access, to a space where information is talked about.
He seems to be plugged into a couple owner circles, and one of the teams he seems to have legit scoops on is the Vikings and the Colts as well. But he tweeted out, update on JJ. Yes, the ankle is healing nicely, and out of abundance of caution, they will hold him out of the early Thursday game. This is not a soft benching. This is a long-term versus short-term decision. Simple as that. To me, what you outlined is what they're doing. I agree. Out of abundance of caution, we are not going to play this guy who might also not be ready to play. Thus the soft benching. To me, if he was 100% and he wasn't playing, that's a hard benching. He is clearly 90%, 85%. If Patrick Mahomes had this ankle, he would be out there. If Jalen Hurts had this ankle injury, he would be out there. How many guys, Ryan, in the quarterback position have we seen or limited in practice and still play? They're the quarterback. If he was playing at a high level, they would say, fuck it, get out there and make it happen. But it is clearly a soft benching. And all the fans are going, no, he needs to be 100%. They're waiting until he's 100%. Yes, you're describing a soft benching. That's the definition of a soft benching. If he was 100% and he wasn't playing, that's a regular benching. They don't come up with a new term, but since he's not 100%, but he could play, why would you make a guy who can't play your emergency quarterback? Answer that to me. Answer me why you would make him inactive if he can't play. Oh, so he can play. He can play. So injured Carson Wentz is better than injured JJ McCarthy, according to the head coach. That isn't a soft benching? Come on. And they're just so defiant, the fan base. It's insane.
I mean, I think that the other side of this argument is that if it's not a soft benching, do we have to question if JJ McCarthy's soft?
I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. I think JJ McCarthy wants to play. I think he kind of wasn't ready. He had that great comeback against the Bears. Then he had a short week where he also had a kid. I mean, clearly Kevin O'Connell was disappointed with his preparation or not being able to get ready for that game. He was disappointed with his play, and he got injured. So I think they kind of killed two birds with one stone.
You think there's a little bit of like the coach is unhappy. You think there's any doghouse in this?
No, I don't think doghouse.
You're just saying keeping whatever rehab is taking longer in house.
Yes, in
the worst way possible.
What do you mean?
Well, you're doing it in a way where everyone is now thinking that you're benching him.
I guess. Yeah. I think in his original plan, I think he's sticking to his original plan of like, this guy has to be 105% ready to go before we put him out there. Part of it was his lower body mechanics. You don't mention a guy's lower body mechanics when you're giving an injury update.
He had a kid, Sean. I'm sure he clearly knows how to use his lower body.
Yeah, and congrats to him.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
And I'm not even completely out on JJ McCarthy. It's a very, very small sample size of what we saw. He's played 1 good quarter of football, 7 bad quarters of football. But again, he's a rookie who didn't play at all last year, who was coming off 2 knee surgeries. Hence why I said I'm skeptical of this Vikings team, and I got a ton of blowback from the Vikings community. But which is kind of insane.
I will say the one of all the things that you said, I agree with. I do find the defensiveness to be interesting. Because I don't. What's the bet? Like what are you defending?
I think they're worried. Like, hey, if this goes off the rail, he's a bust. Everyone's saying he's a bust. No one's saying he's a bust. But also, let's call it like it is. It's clearly a soft bench.
Also, it helped Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Maybe you were wrong that this elite roster wasn't going to be just immediately carried to the promised land by a rookie quarterback, because the one part of the roster, obviously they had some talent on the offensive line, but they didn't have a ton of depth. And I think that's probably more, if I was going to relate the situation to the Giants were putting Dart out there until Thomas was healthy. They did that. It worked out. Now, that being said, Dart is playing on a bum ankle. Dart is playing on 2 bum ankles.
Yeah.
Just like Carson once did.
And if he was playing poorly, I could see Dable being like, hey, we're going to make sure this ankle gets 100% until we put him out there. But Dart is playing well, so they're going to leave him out there. It's not right. And I'm not even saying Kevin O'Connell's doing the wrong thing. I think if you don't think he's ready, and you didn't like how he looked out there, and you're highlighting how he regressed on some of his mechanics, and he's dealing with an ankle injury, I think it makes sense not to play him. But don't pretend like his play isn't part of the equation.
Yeah, it feels like the translation there is he's dropping his eyes. He's going to need to be mobile. He's not mobile enough. Which I guess is kind of talking down to his play anyway. I find the backlash of people being mad that people are suggesting that it has something to do with his performance. All right. What was he doing that was good?
It's annoying because all these Viking fans, Bryce Young, who injured his ankle. Oh, I guess this is a soft benching.
Yeah, maybe.
That's probably a bad example because it might be a little soft benching.
Well, he actually did get soft bench. They faked the car accident. Remember?
Yeah, the Panthers are one to talk. So, but anytime anyone's dealing with an ankle injury, they're like, "Oh, this is soft benching." Come on, guys, have some. I get it. He's your guy. He's the savior. I think Vikings fans don't want to feel stupid. They ran a guy who went 14-3 out of town, and their backup guy they couldn't re-sign, Danny Dimes. Shout out to him, having an amazing year. Did not see that coming, but they had Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones, who are both playing out of their mind.
I think they're 1-2 in EPA right now.
It's insane. And you traded all of that for this rookie who was supposed to be obviously better. There's another component here. That was my argument in the summer. People were going, well, he's obviously going to be better than Sam Darnold. I'm like, you can't say that. He's a rookie coming off a knee surgery.
The obvious. Well, also, look, there is a bit of arrogance here from Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
And these decisions kind of suit his arrogance. Like this protects his arrogance the most.
Yeah.
Because he gets to show everyone, look at me.
I can do it with Carson Wentz.
I can do it with anyone for a 3-game stretch. Meanwhile, the guy that you selected, isn't it funny how that works out? I feel like this was Gruden's curse too. The quarterback that he ends up falling in love with is not the one that he can make work.
Yeah.
And also with Kevin O'Connell,
it's Trey Lance kind of right where Shanahan. Now it's kind of weird because
we don't think Shanahan wanted him.
Mac Jones, and then he or other people convinced him he said he watched too much film and like felt or had too much time to think about it, overthought it, took Trey Lance, but now he's kind of getting to have that romance with Mac Jones.
I think all we're learning from all of this is it's very rare that a quarterback comes in with limited experience in college.
Yeah.
And ends like these projects, these like NBA style traits, draft picks at the quarterback position. Name one that's like who's someone that comes to mind that is a top level NFL quarterback that didn't show you anything in college, just showed you traits. I mean, with JJ, he played on a very good team, but he did not have to throw the ball much. He did not have to show you. He showed you a handful of NFL throws, but he didn't have to do much. He didn't start for I mean, what was his total starts in college? Probably under 30.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could say Jordan Love because he played at Utah State for 3 years, but even then, he's still got a decent amount
for
of
3
starts.
years.
Yeah,
he also was given the luxury of sitting for a while.
Well,
so
and teams aren't patient.
No, and I
rightly or wrongly so, depending on the situation.
But that's probably what you have to pair with a guy like Anthony Richardson. The only shot he was going to have was time to sit there and learn how to actually play quarterback. I think with the world of rushing guys in, if I'm a quarterback, I'm getting paid in college for as many years as I can.
Well, yeah, and Bo Nix, is Bo Nix an elite prospect? No, but why has he had some success so far in the pros? I think it's because he had so much experience in college.
I think there's an element of do you have the traits? Can you run fast? Can you throw far? Like there's kind of table stakes. You have to be able to do some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's can you play quarterback? Are you actually a quarterback? Can you play the position? Because I mean, lots of guys can come in throw it far,
Joe
run.
Milton.
I mean, and again, you can go down the list every year. There's guys that they're great at throwing the football,
cannon arm.
But I mean, again, not to bring it back to Jackson Dart. There's an element of like, okay, you understand the game being played on the field. You're not just panicking. I mean, even Tua is a good example of someone who clearly had some traits, but can't play the position.
So wait, who is that again?
And Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback.
Nice work.
The answer to the question that people are going to comment on is it's Drake May. Did not have a lot of experience. Did not look particularly good in a bad situation year one. Situation got better, and he's all of a sudden showing off the traits. And I guess we still have to wait and see a little bit, but he looks pretty good.
Yeah, he is a guy who, again, I thought would eventually go into a nice prospect. I'm surprised at how quick he's turned the corner here.
Redraft right now. Is he the first pick?
Yeah, who's ahead of him?
Jaden Daniels.
Oh,
I think it might be Drake May.
Yeah, again, it's so tough with like so few games. We saw Jaden Daniels win some playoff games, which to me always matters.
He's also looking like he's turning back into a pumpkin and getting hurt, which
we predict.
You don't predict injury, but you just suggest the data.
I just said I don't think he's good. My take was it's going to be tough for him to stay healthy with that body frame and his style of play. And unfortunately for him and people who hate NFL injuries all across the land, he has not stayed healthy. Ryan, awesome nickname in the chat by DJ and Dan. Does two sprains continue his dominance? Sprains, SPRAINZ, like 2 Chainz, continue his dominance on Thursday nights. And of course, he's alluding to Carson Wentz, all timer, who had once 2 ankle sprains at the same time. Carson Wentz, I bet a lot of people saw the stat on social, 7-0 straight up on Thursday Night Football, including 6-1 ATS. Let's break that game down, Kramer.
Sounds like a plan, Sean. Let's the slide even though the slide master was traveling this week, still managed to have time.
Great work, Colby.
And all right. Oh my goodness. Look at I didn't actually take a look at it. Had a busy afternoon. Colby's at it hard finding you could be the most diehard fan of the Vikings and the Chargers, and you've maybe not seen either one of these bits of art that Colby found. YouTube.com/sports gambling podcast. The Minnesota Vikings on the road down in beautiful Los Angeles to take on the Superchargers. Chargers laying so this is an interesting number, laying 3.5. you're definitely going to want to shop this around. There are starting to be some very expensive threes. Chargers laying 3.5. Total is 45. Money line for the Vikings plus 160. As you mentioned, Carson Wentz somehow really good on Thursday night football. Chargers look to get back potentially both tackles, Sean, which that's a positive. Vikings, meanwhile, I don't know if you have anything on this, but Aaron Jones was limited. I don't know if they're planning on bringing him back. He was active. His window was open to be activated from the IR. But I'm not getting a strong sense that he's going to be out there. I think they're fine rolling Jordan Mason out there, and I think the key to the defense, that from what we can tell, is Van Ginkel, and he's
still out.
He's out. So,
but yeah, a lot to unpack here. And Christian Darrisaw, the left tackle for the Vikings, did pop up on the injury report.
So bad.
Which is not great for them. And I certainly understand the case where you're skeptical about this Vikings. I think Aaron Jones has a chance to play. I think Christian Darrisaw also will play, and I do think the tackles will play. But it's tough because I don't think
for the Chargers.
Yeah, the tackles for the Chargers, Pipkins and all.
And just to be clear, we're certain JJ McCarthy's not going to start.
100%, he's not going to start. He is the emergency quarterback, which. It makes sense that you put someone as your emergency quarterback who cannot play quarterback. That'd be like, hey, here's my emergency contact. The only problem is they can't answer the phone.
Yeah,
but that's my plan. What
are the chances? I mean, all right. First of all, let's play some trivia. Who is the backup quarterback for the Vikings in this game? Since JJ's the third stringer.
Oh, Brosmer.
Max Brosmer.
Yeah.
What are the chances we can get? Because Wentz is pretty. We've seen him go down in a game before.
Well, that's again.
What are the chances we go through a couple quarterbacks and we get JJ McCarthy getting off the bench?
This is why. Well, and that's kind of a win-win situation for the Truthers, because if he plays good, they're like, see, he should have been out there. If he plays bad, they're like, he's still injured. So they get a cop out there, which I would not want to see. And there were people calling for Brosmer. Again, speaks to where JJ McCarthy is at, that the injured Carson Wentz is above him. All that being said, I like the Vikings here and the points. I don't think this Chargers team can lay 3.5 points against any competent team. And I think the Vikings are at the very least a competent team. Two amazing receivers in Justin Jefferson, Addison, Josh Oliver, Hawkinson. This Chargers defense cannot slow down anyone. And part of the reason I found myself leaning into and eventually taking the Chargers there last week was, oh, hey, Khalil Mack's back, Perryman's back, but they didn't do shit. But Khalil Mack played 12 snaps. Perryman did not look 100%. Chargers 22nd in defensive DVOA. The Chargers only beat the Dolphins by 2 points, and that was
pretty
like
bad.
That was a miracle. And great play by Justin Herbert to move the ball over into his other hand and then get it out and then go down and kick the game-winning field goal and win by 2 points. But they almost blew the game to the Dolphins, a team that's clearly quit, a team that just got their ass kicked by the Cleveland Browns. I don't think they can lay 3.5, especially at home, where somehow they're worse at home. I don't think they're going to have the crowd. I think all these Minnesota fans who were hyped up about the season, they already bought tickets. They didn't think this ankle sprain was going to be 6 weeks long. They're coming to this game, and I think the Vikings receivers are going to be able to get behind the Chargers defensively. Carson Wentz added some plays with him, on the ground. Now, obviously, the key to the game is how many times is turnover differential. I would say overall, can the Chargers turn over Carson Wentz? Maybe, but I think the Vikings can also turn over Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, who has had 6 interceptions in the last 5 games. He threw 2 last week against the Colts, cost them the game in my mind. I think the turnovers continue for this Chargers team. Maybe it slows down. Maybe Alt's plays, but again, he was doubtful going into Sunday. Quick week. I worried maybe they're bringing him back a little bit too soon. I just don't think he's going to be 100%. And the Vikings are used to playing in the dome. They kind of have a team built to play in the dome. And the Chargers defense, I can't trust to lay 3.5 points. So maybe there's a world where they win a close game, but I think the Vikings plus 3.5. Also, comedically, it is just going to be awesome if the Vikings win this game And then Kevin O'Connell has to make that choice of like, shit, Carson Wentz just beat the Chargers on the road and I got to bring back JJ McCarthy. I just want to see him sweat that out is part of the reason, but really it's just a fate of the Chargers defense. I don't think you can trust this defense right now. The Harbaugh physicality I'm not seeing from this roster right now.
I think, Mason, probably a pretty good matchup. I'm not as bullish as you on Aaron Jones. I mean, my thing is, Sean, you look at the game last week and God, Carson Wentz just gifted the Eagles so many, inferred points by either allowing them to get turnovers or not scoring points. And specifically, if you look at the breakdowns, when teams are playing zone against Carson Wentz, he is not good. That's all this Chargers defense does. The one that's their one calling card. I think if they're able to, and the offensive line for the Vikings is still banged up. The Eagles kind of had their way with the Vikings more so than they've had against most teams. I'm going to go against you here. I'm going to lay the points with the Chargers. Harbaugh's not losing 5 straight ATS, Sean. How dare you? And you're backing Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Those
Thursday
fumbles,
night, the Gingers,
snaps,
the Gingers have magical powers, Ryan. Thursday night is their time.
Oh, no, I'm gonna have to bleep that out. We can't say Ginger on the air.
Addison went for 128. Wentz threw for 300 yards. That if you could throw for 300 yards on the Eagles defense, with the Eagles defense playing pretty well, he's gonna smoke the Chargers.
Okay,
give me the Vikings and the points plus 3.5. Kramer on the Chargers laying the 3.5.
Worst of luck to you, and for your sake, I hope that Carson Wentz stays healthy the whole time. 2 sprains. Apologies. 2 sprains.
Great nickname, DJ and Dan.
Yes. All right. Next up, heading over to Sunday, where Sean, we have 7 games in the 10 a.m. slate.
Perfect.
Slide this over. And we got so 7 games in the early slate, which is pretty much perfect when you have an 8 TV setup. First up, we have the Jets, who are looking ahead to their bye week. Probably need it. Ownership not saying nice things about the quarterback situation. The coach doesn't know what to do, so he has to talk to friends who have been in the same situation. And the quarterback situation is pretty dire. They now head to the road to take on the Bengals. Sean, Bengals coming off Thursday night, so they got the mini bye, and they are somehow a very public side here, laying 6.5 minus 280. Jets plus 235. 44.5 is the total. I mean, the Jets quarterback situation so bad that this number has almost moved back to where it was in May when this opened, when Joe Burrow was involved. The look ahead was 2.5. Sean, they saw Joe Flacco all the way back, and they said, bump this up 4 points, no problem. I guess some of it's about Justin Fields, Tyrod being banged up, but my God, and I don't know if you saw it, Sean, but Joe Flacco was being interviewed, and he by the local press, and he had this anecdote about how, it sucks to be away from the family, but when I was younger, I used to go to these restaurants, and I'd see the guy sitting alone at the bar, and I'd be like, man, that sucks. And now I realize that guy was living his best life. Essentially, it sounds like he is enjoying time away from the family, some clarity. And he also talked about being a little bit nervous to throwing the ball to Chase and Higgins, wanted to make sure that they didn't think he was washed up. So, there's confidence that is brought to a team when you figure out that you have a quarterback that actually gives you a shot. But laying this many points with Joe Flacco also and this Bengals defense also seems like a dangerous proposition. I know last week we said under no circumstances are we taking the Jets until further notice. Yeah. Is that notice still on?
Yes.
Okay.
And you mentioned confidence, which I think is a great angle to look at for this handicap. Jets owner Woody Johnson, when asked about Fields, quote, "It's hard when you have a quarterback with the rating that we've got. If you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results. If we can just complete a pass, it would look good." And I think he was thinking that Tyrod Taylor would get the start, and Aaron Glenn, he hasn't revealed who's getting the start. He wants to keep that competitive edge going.
What's your sense?
I think it's Justin Fields, because I think Tyrod, the knee injury, I think is substantial enough. Put it this way: if we're hearing about it, I'm guessing it means that Tyrod is not playing, but they're trying to still keep the idea that Tyrod's going to play. if Garrett Wilson doesn't seem like he's going to play, Sauce Gardner still in the concussion protocol. You don't have Sauce Gardner, who hasn't been playing particularly well to begin with. And you have this Bengals passing offense, which has been rejuvenated. You get Joey Flacco with, some clarity, some time on his hands, some extra rest with these Bengals receivers.
With time. I mean, it's just, he has time.
Yeah. And I get it. Jets are going in the bye. I think my take on that is I think it matters more for the favorites. Teams going into the bye 9-5 ATS, because they can be like, all right, let's just get this one. I think
it's random.
Yeah, you're probably right, but
I don't think it matters at all.
If the Jets dying to look ahead for like free time, maybe, but to me, it's I think, hey, we suck. I don't want a week off of just hanging around where everyone knows that we suck. Whereas if you're like a team like the Colts, maybe you're looking forward to that time off.
Oh, I actually think quite the opposite. I think when you're a bad team, you're probably looking forward to that vacation.
Okay, yeah,
get a couple days off. Like, this shit sucks. And you're looking around the room and you're like, where is it getting better? Think about all the other bad, dire situations. New quarterback, try out a new quarterback, replace the quarterback, something new. There's nothing new here. There's nothing coming out of the tunnel. There's no, like, Joe Namath is not walking down that tunnel to make out with Susie Colbert. And I told you before the show or earlier today that I thought this week was a lot of, maybe the favorites having such a good run is going to come to roost this week. And obviously this is a game you circle because everyone's happy to lay 6.5 with the Bengals.
Yeah. I mean,
that being said, I'm with you. I don't think I can, not only that, but you got to feel good for that AFC North most passing yards. Flacco. This offense, I mean, they still have a bad defense.
Yeah,
but at least that defense might have a lead once in a while, and maybe the pass rush is going to be allowed to get off. And they said they're not trading Trey Hendrickson,
and Trey Hendrickson looks like he's I think he plays. Yeah,
but them squashing the trade rumors, I think also is good for the locker room. And so you want to talk about a team that, like, I don't expect much from Joe Flacco for the entire season. I think the Bengals offensive line still could put him in a bad spot.
Yeah.
It's just not against this team.
Yeah.
I don't see. And at this point, this Kelvin Shepard dude on the Lions, are we sure he wasn't the defensive coordinator there in Detroit last year? Aaron Glenn might be a fraud.
Yeah.
And he's wearing the capri pants again.
Yeah, capri pants.
At the podium this week. Like, come on, dude.
Him and Mike McDaniel, get a different pair of pants. It's not looking good. Yeah, the only reason you would take the Jets is no one's picking the Bengals, which I don't. No one's picking the Jets. Sorry, yeah. The only reason you pick the Jets is because everyone's picking the Bengals, and that's really the only thing. There's no match. Like, Cincinnati has flaws. Unfortunately for the Jets, the few things the Jets do right, they can't take advantage of.
It would be the Jets to somehow get their running game going because they run Justin Fields 20 times,
but they don't seem to be interested in doing that. Like, developing a different kind of offense that works for Justin Fields. So Kramer and I both on the Bengals laying 6.5. If you want to tail our picks or fade them, head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN, score 100% bet back bonus up to $500. Terms and conditions do apply on all the bonuses. So check out the old fine print, but look at this. Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers, we're going to talk about next. We got our boy Abdul Carter, Kramer's guy,
NFL leader in quick pressures.
Yes, although I don't know if you've seen the awards market. I was checking out a sports book that listed the price, and Jihad Campbell is shorter odds than Abdul Carter. Right?
They're right, like neck and neck, though. Right?
Yeah. So it's going to be a fun game coming up Sunday, and of course National Tight End Day. There's the prop builder; you can take advantage there.
I did. I got into it a little. Well, I didn't get into it with Benson, but I said, "Hey Benson, where's the Defensive Player of the Year market? I'd like to make a wager on Brian Burns," and he said, "We're not putting it up for a little while."
Really?
Yeah.
They must have some big.
They didn't have.
I'm
kind of pissed. I mean, not to get on a tangent here, but I also was trying to put in Quinshon Judkins Rookie of the Year because he was 30-1. You know what his price is now? 12-1.
Well,
so
Ryan,
that big game,
you know where you can get those in.
I didn't do that either. Thanks for bringing it up.
Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Ken, if you want some of the best prices on the games, you got to head over to that Novig app. I mentioned it earlier. They had the Vikings, or let's see, maybe it was the Chargers. Either way, they were trading at 3.5 plus 120. Again, we just talked about the game as a minus 3.5. Well, you can get plus 110 on the Chargers if you like that side. It's a sports prediction market, so if you're looking to fade some squares, there are some good opportunities. I'm looking at the Bucks price here, minus 3.5 for the Bucks, minus 107 on Novig. Most places have that as 4.5. So good opportunity. Download the Novig app. Use the promo code SGPN. Spend $5, get $50.
I was going to say, a lot of places are dealing minus 3.5, minus 105, Novig plus 110 in that Chargers Vikings game.
So again, if you want the best price, and they also not only sides and totals, they also have a bunch of props. Their first touchdown prices are very, very good. And if you're getting limited at places, Novig is a good place to go for some of those props. Download the Novig app, available in California, Texas, Florida. Use the promo code SGPN. Spend $5, get $50.
I heard a notable sports betting content creator talk about how prediction markets weren't for him. And I thought to myself, I don't think you're intending to sound like a complete moron, but my God, do you sound like a complete moron right now? Moving along, game 2 in the early window, the San Francisco 49ers, who, by the way, are another public squad this week, Sean. They head to Houston, who's coming off Monday Night Football. Houston's laying 1.5 here, minus 125 on the money line. Niners, a great Oilers logo there.
All time. It's like a fever dream. What is that?
The Niners plus 105. 41 is the total. You obviously have a lot of drama here with the coaching staff's familiarity with one another. The Texans basically run the Shanahan offense. DeMeco Ryans was Shanahan's defensive coordinator. He also worked under Robert Saleh. Talked at the podium this week about how much those two men are mentors to him, which makes me think he's going to be extra focused. And this team has just continued to be hurt. We got another week of Mac Jones against easily, like undeniably, a top 5, maybe top defense in the league due to what they have on the offensive side of the ball. And little scheduling quirk here, Sean. Texans are only playing their 3rd home game. They played a tight one with the Bucks, who we now know is a very good team.
Yeah. And
they dominated the Titans. They played 4 road games already. Meanwhile, we just watched the best of the Niners in a relatively, non-impressive game at home against the Falcons. I think this is a smash spot for the Texans. If you listen to the show, I'm not a huge CJ Stroud guy. I've not been a fan of this offense, but if this is going to be a junk game like San Francisco seems to like to play, give me the team. I know San Francisco can play some defense, but my God, this Texans defense is going to destroy Mac Jones.
Yeah, I thought Saleh did a good job of getting a good defensive performance, but again, some of that I think was on the Falcons as well.
Penix on the road
didn't play well. Falcons outdoors on that slow turf in San Francisco. I'm kicking myself. Should have stuck to my Falcons at home, fade them on the road type angle. Now the situation spot isn't amazing for the Texans coming off the Monday night game, late game. Got to fly back, which is something certainly to consider. But the Texans defense is awesome. Number 1 in defensive EPA per play. That defense they won the turnover battle by 3 against Seattle. They were the first team to lose this year, winning the turnover margin by 3. And look at Mac Jones. What he's succeeded when he's been able to play clean, hand the ball off to Christian McCaffrey, complete some easy stuff. Ricky Pearsall's still out. Now maybe Kittle has himself a game, but man, I think they might try and get Kittle going, but I think it's going to be tough against Texans defense. Ryan highlighted DeMeco Ryans being familiar with them. 49ers, this is a non-conference game for the 49ers. They're close to being a pick 'em here. And I think this is, I'm with you. I'm on the Texans here.
Yeah. To me, I think the Niners are getting a bit too much respect with the backup.
And the Niners are a public dog, and the Niners are like the Browns. You have to fade them off a straight up win. Since Christmas of 2023, Ryan, the 49ers are 1-13 ATS after a straight up win.
Also worth noting, they have multiple defensive backs on the injury report. Pearsall's nowhere near coming back, and someone who has been producing, Bryce Huff, he's got a hamstring, did not practice. Their center hamstring did not practice.
Yeah, I mean the Texans. What is their weakness? Their offensive line. But San Francisco is not great at pressuring the quarterback. And now I get it. You did a great job of putting a patchwork defense against the Falcons, held them to only 10 points at home. But I think it's going to be tough to do that again here. Now Nico Collins is out for the Texans. But to your point, how is this total 47, Ryan? I'm not a totals guy, but this feels like it's going to be 17, 13.
That's a great point. This has to be a typo from the slide master, right? Yeah, it's 41.
Okay. Yeah.
He can't get them all right. He's traveling. He's
I forgot to check the totals.
He's rubbing elbows out in Vegas.
So we're both on the let's officially call it here. Houston -1.5 for me.
This might be one of, I said this to you before the show, but this might be my favorite.
Yeah. You were really, I don't know if I quite share your level of enthusiasm, but I am on the Texans here.
I think the Texans offense is a reason to be a little worried.
Yeah.
And that would be.
But again, you're buying them at a low point. Everyone saw how bad their offense was on the road in Seattle against the Seattle defense that's probably underrated. But I look at the angle of look what they did to Darnold. Look and why has Mac Jones, when Mac Jones has lost, it's because he's careless with the football. I think the Texans can take advantage of that. So give me the Texans laying the 1.5.
Niners also a look ahead game to playing Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterby. So I'm sure that's on a lot of people's radar. All right.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, you don't think so? They want to make sure they get ready for Cam and Jackson where their finest. All right. Next up, we have look, Colby's even doing some custom work with the look at this, throwing the SGPN in here. The Broncos that logo. We got the game. Wait, did you not check the order? What is this nonsense?
What do you mean?
This is not the next. This isn't even a game. What is going on here?
Bears at Ravens.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. In my head, I thought it was the Broncos, and I was like, oh, he's completely screwed this up.
You're colorblind, right?
Well, those aren't Bear colors. He used Bronco colors for the Bears. The Chicago Bears on the road to take on the Baltimore Ravens, who, Sean, this would have been the survivor play according to the map. Baltimore Ravens coming off their bye, Lamar out on the field, and they are looking ahead to a Thursday night game worth noting. Meanwhile, the Bears on a little bit of a win streak, catching 6.5 points here, plus 235 on the money line. 48.5 is the total.
Well, we have an update on what Lamar has been doing on his time off or maybe recuperating.
This was probably at the advice of his manager / doctor, right?
Yeah, this is a video of a guy from a food truck, or I think it's like a food truck, who videotaped himself giving Lamar food, and I don't know if he's high, but he certainly presents. He certainly looks like a guy who might be high.
It before we play it, it reminds me of the late. Well, I don't want to say late great, but the great Eddie Lacy and his love
Feast
of
mode, and China food.
His love of China.
Look at the Eddie Lacy China food tweets. They're great.
It's just Eddie Lacy food tweets.
Yeah,
he just was always tweeting about
China food,
getting food,
and the amount of food suggests he might be high. Again, I don't care.
Just put up on me real decent, man.
Oh yeah, let me show you the
How you feeling, Woo?
Feeling good.
Already, man.
Show that.
Show, man. Show love, fam.
You already know that.
Already, fam.
What language are they speaking?
I don't know.
I don't want to sound like a white guy.
Real decent, man.
Oh yeah, let me show you the
How you feeling, Woo?
Feeling good.
Oh, like feeling good. Look at that food.
That does look pretty good.
He could just be really hungry. What kind of food is that? Is it like I'm guessing some sort of like Jamaican jerk chicken?
I don't know. It's like definitely some sort of like grilled big piece of chicken.
Huge. Bunch of great sides.
Yeah, that looks delicious.
Shout out to you, Lamar, in your recovery. Everyone was, of course, responding to him with the a video of him running to the bathroom to take a shit.
Well, also he is an athlete. He's got to get a lot of protein.
Yeah, these guys. Most of these guys can. I mean, Devonta Smith said he has McDonald's breakfast before every game, which. The idea that I would eat McDonald's breakfast and then play any sort of competitive sports it would kill me.
Chad Johnson
is also a big.
He used to talk about just having an incredibly unhealthy diet. Imagine being that much of a genetic freak. That you can just,
these guys are built different. So.
So Bears catching the 6.5. I mean, you're obviously buying the Bears at an incredible high point, and you're selling the Ravens at a low point.
I don't know if I agree with that, because
explain.
I think everyone I think the market. You look at the division price is still. I mean, the Ravens are still co-favorites to win the AFC North. So I think the fact that they've gotten off to a slow start. The market is saying, "Hey, Lamar's gonna be back. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna win a bunch of games. They're gonna win a bunch of division games. They're gonna go on a run here." That's what the division price suggests. So I don't know if you're buying them at a low point.
I think in the futures market, you're correct. I think if it wasn't this would just be 7 or 7.5 if it wasn't a little bit of a low point. If there wasn't some sort of uncertainty.
If he wasn't coming back from injury, I think so, but I don't think this is giving this Bears team a ton of respect for what they've done and their win streak. I don't see that's like, oh, hey, what was the look ahead line?
There wasn't a look ahead line
because
in this game.
They didn't know Lamar. Yeah, it's tough to say, but
I just think that maybe you're right. Maybe it's not about the Bears. It's uncertainty on the Ravens. But I think that when we have certainty, I think this number gets to 7. And I think it does seem like he's playing. And so
you think it'll get to 7? I'm with you, because I think the public will be, hey, Lamar's back, Ravens smash it, Bears suck, go Ravens. There's always a lot of support in the market for the Ravens.
Also, you could see, like, obviously Lamar really helps the run game as well.
Yeah.
And the Bears have been better against the run, but you can still probably have them against the run. I think.
Well, and Ryan, you missed the biggest news surrounding this matchup. The ping pong tables have been removed from the Ravens locker room. They got rid of the ping pong tables, the PS5s, and I
did a deep dive on.
Well,
this.
Awful Announcing did an entire breakdown of all the teams and their history of the ping pong tables either being removed or added. Seems like it's very
unrelated.
Yeah, as you would imagine, unrelated. Like the Eagles. Well, on their 2024 run, there's like clips of Cooper DeJean saying, "Hey, everyone's having fun playing ping pong together, great bonding thing." And then others are like, "Oh, it's distraction. We refocus."
It's only a distraction when you suck, because the reality is the reason you have those things is to keep the dudes in the building longer.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
It's like a tech company.
And I think from what I read from a couple of the beat reporters who cover the Ravens, they're like, "Why is this a story? No one plays ping pong." Like they were kind of shocked it was a story because no one was playing ping pong.
And then
no one was using the table.
They were showing a lot of clips of the Titans players playing a lot of ping pong. So
yeah, so I don't think it's probably not something that correlates, but it is a great.
It's always a fun storyline. So for me, I'm on the Bears here, getting the 6.5 points.
I thought you were about to say that you're on the Ravens based on the conversation.
Oh, really? No, well,
just maybe more about the market moving towards.
Yeah, no, I get the case for the Ravens, but I also saw a team that was not playing that good of football, and it's easy to say, hey, their schedule, etc. They were playing some high level teams, and I certainly agree that, but to me, it's just like the Ravens defense, and yeah, Roquan Smith. He's practicing. Kyle Hamilton's limited, but those guys were out on the field when they were letting up a shit ton of points earlier in the season as well. Ravens 27th in defensive DVOA, 32 in EPA per play defensively, and the Chicago Bears team has shown an ability to move the ball against bad defenses, and I think they're going to be able to move the ball. And the defense is playing a lot better for the Bears. The ball seems to be bouncing the right way for Chicago. It really does. They've been very fortunate in the turnover market, and I think that is where we're going to see this difference. And I don't know if the pass catchers for the Ravens can do enough damage on this Bears team to cover the 6.5 points. I get it. If you're like one of those guys, the line is telling you, hey, the Ravens are 1-4, 1-5, and they're 6.5 point favorite. The line's telling you they're going to smash them.
Correct.
And I don't see it. I know you're not as high on the Bears, Ryan. You're out on them, but I think this is a good spot for him.
Yeah, I think there's a chance that depending on where this ends up, like we're headed towards a path. It's very, very close to being a public dog situation. I think to your point.
Oh, really? Because I feel like everyone I talk to loves the Ravens. Take the Ravens money line, Ravens futures, Lamar MVP.
I think the small amount of I think people who are in the gambling space, it's like golf, right? Like when someone wins a golf tournament, it seems like everyone in the golf betting community has them. I think everyone's take is buy low on the Ravens, buy low on the Ravens. And I'm completely with you in the futures markets. I don't know if it necessarily has applied to this game and this week. I haven't heard as much love for the Ravens laying the points.
Oh,
so maybe we're not tapped into the same stuff, but I do think I understand the love, the hype too. I understand why you'd want to buy them low. They are going to go on a run. They are going to rattle off some wins. You look at who they played already in the games where Lamar started and finishes. They scored 40, 41, and 30. I think they're going to put up a lot of points. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's going to
be a shootout. Sure,
the counter is that highlights how bad their defense is. That they weren't winning those games where they're putting.
Yeah, completely agree. I just give me Lamar Jackson over Caleb Williams in that offense right now, and I think the Ravens also use this as an opportunity to get the running game right. So yeah, I'm going to lay the points. It will be 7, I think, by the time we get to the circ on Friday. So you'll get a better number.
Great.
Wait for the paper ticket. Sean's on the Bears again, although he was right last week. And
they won 4 in a row.
I'm on the Ravens. Well, I was really on the fence.
So, someone in the YouTube chat said the look Ryan gave Sean when I locked up the Bears. Apparently you shot or was on the Bears. You shot me this crazy look.
I certainly that
got a lot of reaction in the YouTube chat.
I'm sure it's possible. In the moment,
you
I thought
looked at the camera like, "What the hell is this guy doing?"
I thought there were other opportunities you could have taken advantage of. All right, well, because I knew it was getting on the circuit card, which ended up being a winner. All right, moving along. Next up, we got the Miami Dolphins. Speaking of ping pong tables and entertainment in the locker room. Mostly it's just entertainment at the podium with Tua.
Oh man,
just saying too much all the time. If you missed it, Tua said he was having a hard time getting the ball to Waddle because he's not exactly the tallest guy.
He was using it as an explanation of like, well, you don't realize when you're back there, sometimes you can't see over the lineman. You're highlighting why you shouldn't be a quarterback in the NFL. You can't see over the line. Why would you highlight that?
Yeah, you just have to be really good at quarterback to be.
Why would you bring that up?
If you're a team,
that's like what people knock you for. Oh, you can't draft him. He can't see over the line.
What's the height you're drawing the line at? If you're starting.
Well, I would say something reasonable like 5'9", or probably like 5'10", but then Doug Flutie was 5'8". Yeah, sure.
6'2".
I mean, what is Russell Wilson?
6 foot.
Okay. Well, again, it's
but even he can't throw over the middle of the field because he can't see. I think you got to be 6'2". Give me 6'2" if I'm starting a franchise.
Well, and then there's the guys who are too tall that hurt them. Remember
6'7". That's the bar. You can't be taller than 6'6".
Yeah. Remember Brock Osweiler? He's too tall. The weird angles. I don't
also
know.
Also, just you're like a folding lawn chair when you get hit. All right, Dolphins taking on the Falcons here on the road. A lot to explain here. One, Dolphins are a close your eyes special. They underperformed the spread by over 21 points last week. They're now catching points this week. They're also on a back-to-back road spot. They also have that game against Baltimore on Thursday night next week. Atlanta comes in as one of we have a lot of public sides this week. That's why I mentioned to Sean before the show, this could be the dog weekend potentially. Falcons are laying 7.5. This was 5.5 on the look ahead, Sean. This was pick back in May. Minus 400 on the money line. 44.5 is the total. Dolphins are plus 325. This is a tricky situation. I go to the church of the close your eyes special, so you can just mark me down for Miami right now. But
enjoy,
and I'll just let you explain why you want to take the Falcons here.
Yeah, I get it. Again, you want to talk about buy low, certainly the Miami Dolphins. But when the head coach is saying, "Hey, we can't throw 10 interceptions,"
no,
you're just totally destroying what's left of Tua's confidence, which I don't think he has a ton of. And then the injury stuff for the Dolphins is bad. Like Darren Waller, as much as we were joking, they needed Darren Waller, Ryan. As crazy as that sounds, this Miami Dolphins passing offense needed Darren Waller, and sure they got Achan, but the Falcons defense is pretty good. So I think that was kind of an outlier performance there. Hopefully they get Divine Diablo and Jalen Walker or Jalen Walker. They were both DNPs. So maybe that's how they get it going. But I look on the other side with that Falcons offense. We've seen how good this Falcons offense is against teams that can't slow down the running backs. Look what they did to the Bills. I mean, the Bills have the similar struggles defensively as Miami. They can't stop running backs. Judkins just put it on them. Dylan Gabriel won a game against them. Gabriel blew them out.
I mean,
Bijan's gonna.
That was a loss. That was in Cleveland though.
Yeah, that's true. But this is in Atlanta. Bijan's gonna run for 3 touchdowns. He's gonna have a ton of yards. Now maybe there's a world where Tua back against the wall, backdoor covers this. Michael Penix is dealing with a knee issue. Doesn't seem serious enough that's going to keep him out of the game. Darnell Mooney is dealing with a hammy. So maybe that limits the ceiling of this Falcons offense. But to me, it's just Bijan Robinson. I understand the Falcons laying 7.5 is probably a tough ask.
Well, real quick about those injuries. So the Falcons didn't practice today, so it's all estimated. But Diablo, I'm pretty sure broke his forearm. I don't think he's doubtful. I don't think he's going to play. He clearly was like former Hokie. He's kind of a dude. And he was
a big part of their defensive success.
We're seeing the return of the linebackers, Sean. I mean, all these defenses have these critical linebackers that are clearly a part of the solution. For the Falcons, I know that Jordan Fuller got his window opened up, safety to return, so that's possibly good news. What's the Michael? Here's what I would say about the Michael Penix injury. Didn't seem like it was a big deal until I watched the coaches discuss the Michael Penix injury. For me, it was literally Norm Macdonald going, "No." I'd be a little worried about his mobility. Not to mention you have Tyler Algier popping up on the injury report. You have multiple defensive backs. I think this Falcons team's a little bit more banged up than we expected.
Yeah,
the Walker stuff sounds like he is true. Like we'll see. Practice on Thursday.
If this Miami team wasn't ready to quit, I could see it, right? Because there are holes in this Falcons team. Falcons probably this number is, as you pointed out, inflated. I still will go with the Falcons laying the 7.5. I'm not going to lock it up because
it's a perfect closure special. It's disgusting. It's one of
that is a disgusting act.
If we look at the teams who have the most quit, it's the Dolphins, it's the Titans, and it's the Jets, right?
Yep.
I'm not missing it. That's the Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
So I think
they all suck, and I'm not picking any.
Yeah, that's why it's such a great close your eyes special. Extra gross. So final answer: you're not joining me. You're not going to church.
Give me the Falcons.
You're not going to church.
No.
Give me the Dolphins plus the 7.5.
No.
The grossest ones are the best close your eyes special, which by the way, 4-2 ATS on the season. All right. Game number 5 in the early window, Sean. We have the Buffalo Bills returning from bye, which unclear if that's a good thing or bad thing for them. We'll have to see how they work it out on the field. They're laying a touchdown here on the road in Carolina, no longer the long grass of Carolina, but the field turf of Carolina. Carolina plus 310 on the money line. Bills minus 380. 45.5 is the total. You know, the Bills have not been good stopping the run this year.
No,
which is kind of the thing that the Panthers have been able to do.
Yes.
Are we sure the Bills are good?
Well, they have Josh Allen now, in spite of him never winning a conference championship. He is a good quarterback. I love the Carolina Panthers getting 7 points here. I love fading the Bills as a non-conference road favorite. Now maybe they fix some stuff out of the bye, and Matt Milano is practicing a little bit, but he's got a brace on. Josh Palmer is still out for them.
I think he came back to practice too, though. No.
Yeah. But
oh no, he's weak.
No, Josh Palmer I think's out.
Yeah.
Matt Milano is practicing. The Bills look to get back Dalton Kincaid, which is big for their passing offense. But Bills have given up 116 yards per game to the running back on the ground, 8 touchdowns, and this is how the Panthers win. They just run it down your throat with Rico Dowdle, maybe even some Chuba Hubbard. And now you have Andy Dalton, which I think is a kind of a slight upgrade in quarterback position.
He's giving them some pop in the past.
And Andy Dalton, I feel like this is just complete gut instinct. Didn't bother looking it up. I feel like it. Well, I'm not going to do a ton of Andy Dalton research. I've seen enough. I feel like he's always good his first start, and then that's when things start unraveling. And you look at the Panthers. This has kind of been a crazy turnaround because the Panthers had the worst run defense in NFL history last year. Now currently they're 9th best in stopping the run. Derek Brown has been a huge part of that. And I think there might actually be some value on the under on James Cook props. I wouldn't be surprised they go out of their way to try and pound James Cook.
They also forget about James Cook at times. Although I see the nerds are out there saying they need more their neutral pass rate is lowest in the league. And that's why, but it doesn't feel that way when you watch the games because I feel like they also forget about James.
Panthers
Cook.
number 4 run blocking team against a team that can't stop the run. Oh, and yes, Ryan. Who do the Bills play next week?
Kansas City.
Yeah.
It is.
Come
looming.
on.
It is.
They're
looming.
setting it up for you.
All right.
Now, will they lose? Will they lose 3? Josh Allen has lost 3 games in a row before. You got to go back to 2019.
If they lose this week, they're beating the Chiefs. You know that.
Yeah, that's how it works. But 7 is way too much for this Panthers team.
I think Andy Dalton's an upgrade as well. You didn't mention Damian Lewis, the guard, who they missed last week, who has been quite good in the run game.
Good point.
Sounds like he's on his way back, and I have that data for you, Sean. I thought you might ask, so I dug it up before the show. Andy Dalton, and it's a great to use, but Andy Dalton, back in 2023, he came in. He started week 3. They didn't win the game. They lost 37-27, but he was 34 of 58 for 361 and 2 touchdowns, 2 rushes for 11 yards. FYI. Last year, when the soft benching occurred, which by the way,
Raiders game
happened week 2. He comes in for the Raiders game. They win 36-22. He goes 26 of 37.
You're reminding me about my
games.
Adam Thielen 2 touchdown bet that didn't hit because he got injured scoring his first touchdown.
319, 2 touchdowns. I mean, which by the way, also you look at all the games he played last year. Granted, they lost the next 4, but he wasn't quite as good. But he was still slinging the rock around. They have more weapons this year. They have T-Mac. They have the running game. Yeah, I think not quite a close your eyes special. It feels a little bit like a close your eyes special where there's also this thing looming where Bills fans, I mean, I'm judging this based on the dawn of Bills Mafia, but Bills fans seem quite unhappy with the current coaching situation.
Oh, yeah.
So
I think if they lose this game, we might get a coordinator fired.
And
it's a curse of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Give me Carolina +7.
The curse of Hard Knocks is real. I'm also on the Panthers plus the points. This feels like one of those games that you maybe we'll be talking about putting in a money line round robin dog situation. Cause I think this Bills team feels a lot closer to imploding versus being a championship squad than I had them and the Ravens. I think the fragility of those teams is much more than I would have ever expected. All right, moving along. Game 6 in the early window. It's the New York Football Giants. Again, why do we have to do this, NFL? Playing a team twice in 3 weeks no one likes it. No one likes it. I also saw Goodell said he was going to look into having AI help with officiating. Like what are we talking about? You trying to crowbar in some robot refs? No, thank you. Bring back the chain gang. The animation's stupid. Giants on a back-to-back road spot here. Head to Philadelphia. Eagles looking ahead to their bye. Eagles laying 7.5 -420 on the money line. Giants +340. 43.5 is the total. We just watched this game a couple weeks ago. Couple changes. Jalen Carter, I assume, is healthy.
Yep.
Quinyon Mitchell's healthy.
Yep.
AJ Brown, I guess we'll put a question mark there for now. Meanwhile,
my source says he's playing.
Meanwhile, on the Giants side, missing Javon Holland and Paulson Adebo potentially on the back end would be huge. Brian Burns also missed practice, but sounds like he's going to go. I mean, look, you have Vic Fangio just kissing the ring, talking about Jackson Dart.
Mm-hmm.
They all just Zach Bond talking about what it felt like to tackle Cam Scatterbo. We all saw what happened there. His soul was extracted multiple times. But now you're at the link. It's a much different situation. You're catching
same spread as 3 weeks ago.
I think some of that is reflecting to the uncertainty of the Eagles' performance, even though they looked really good against the Vikings. And I think there's just a certain recency about the way that game went down, you know, it wasn't like a fluky win. It was a pretty strong performance, and so I could see why the line would move. It moved through. It moved. Well, the look ahead 7.5. The number in May was 10.5. The number before they played the first game was 8.5. And so I don't know if the Giants had been bumped up a little and the Eagles brought down a little bit already, but yeah. So I think all of that being said, did we not just watch this game?
Yeah.
How are you going to make it 7.5 points? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we did. And that game pissed the Eagles off. It awoke them,
and they woke
from
up.
their slumber. And now they are pissed off. Brandon Graham is back, came out of retirement.
Is he going to play this week?
There's a chance.
How they always talk. I mean, obviously being in football shape is different than just being in really good shape, right?
Yeah.
That would be pretty impressive to come off the couch. I'm sure he's been working out, but to come off the couch and immediately get back in.
Well,
a handful of snaps, maybe rotational shit.
He would be a situational pass rusher. He's huge for the locker room, great for mojo. And let's go historically. The Eagles are on a 28-8 run against the Giants. I think I would be very surprised if they lose to them twice in the same year. They are incredibly motivated for this game. They have the bye week right in front of them. They know this is a get right spot. They know they need this for the division. They know how much the Giants celebrated that Thursday night victory. Jalen Hurts has, I mean, all the guys were talking about how much that loss and just, losing 2 games in a row and losing in the fashion that they lost. Ryan describing they lost their soul. Well, here's a chance to get your soul back, baby, at Lincoln Financial Field. Show them who the top dogs are. This is you want a revenge game? You got it right away, which is a great opportunity for this Eagles team. I think they're going to be able to throw the ball on the Giants secondary. And I think the defense is completely different when you have Jalen Carter and Quinyon Mitchell, and Vic Fangio was showing his respect for Jackson Dart, but I think schematically, and they didn't have Nakobe Dean as well. Nakobe Dean had a couple awesome plays against the Vikings. Their Eagles have dealt with injuries both sides, defensive line, etc. So getting Nakobe Dean back has been huge for them, and I think that's going to be a big difference, especially in slowing down the run game, slowing down a mobile quarterback. Having Nakobe Dean out there is huge, cannot be understated. So Eagles roll, baby. I'm going to call it 35-20.
I did not say that the Eagles lost their soul. I said their soul was extracted.
Okay.
Just to be clear.
All right. So they're going to extract it back.
We'll see. We'll see how Zach Bond does tackling Cam Scadden.
Yeah. You don't think he's, I mean,
I don't know if he can.
Material.
He got his ankles broken by Dart. He got sent into another dimension by Scadaboo.
Yeah. Enjoy it.
Is Cam Jurgens playing?
Yeah, I think he'll play, but we'll see. That one's definitely a game time decision.
Oh, is that closer than AJ Brown?
To not playing? Yeah, AJ Brown's playing. Cam Jurgens, I don't know.
Okay,
but yeah, I mean and it's a big reason why the running game has struggled. The interior offensive line, it's a mix of Cam Jurgens had back surgery in the offseason, played through a bunch of pain at the end of last year, and he hasn't been healthy. Now he has a different injury.
Seems like Dickinson's the more important interior guy, though.
Yeah, and
in terms of what happens when he goes out.
Well, the problem is if Jurgens is out, they will probably move Dickerson back to center, and then you're playing with 2 softer guards.
Dex is gonna. This might be the Dexter game. I'll take the points with the Giants.
Okay. Any predictions on the score?
Let's see. They dropped 30. Yeah, we'll go with 26-24 Giants victory.
Oh, okay. Calling your shot. I'm going to send this in bulletin board material for the boys. Let's go.
Yeah, send it in. Well, send it to the guys who still have souls. All right, that's my recommendation. Game 7 in the early window. We've got the Cleveland Browns heading to New England to take on Drake May and the New England Patriots. Drake May now third favorite to be the MVP of the league.
It's crazy.
That does seem a little crazy.
But he's going to be playing some easier opponents.
Meanwhile, Browns on a path to very quickly where we're going to be talking about maybe it's time to start Shedeur Sanders. Cleveland does have their bye next week, and unrelated to this week's game, I did see that Deshaun Watson would prefer if they made a coaching change before next season. How is he making the aggregator news, Sean? How are we even caring he's never playing in the league again, right? Is someone going to get fooled and give Deshaun Watson a con? No, it can't be. Cleveland catching 7 here, plus 285 on the money line. Patriots minus 345, 40.5 is the total. Cleveland has been the bet on at home, bet against on the road. New England has shown me enough to where I think I guess I'm okay laying this kind of number. New England hasn't really. The concerning part here is Myles Garrett versus Drake May. This defense being able to make a play or two against Drake May. He's been very good though.
But you mentioned the home and road, and I think
the defensive splits aren't good.
I looked into it. The rushing splits are somewhat similar. The difference is in the passing defense for the Browns. At home, 6.3 yards per attempt, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions allowed, 80.2 QB rating. On the road, 7.3 yards per attempt, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception, 112 QB rating. And situationally, you got to fade the Browns off a win. Now, this to me seems very
big win.
This to me seems pretty similar. Not completely the same, but remember the Browns, they beat the Packers at home, shocked the world, and then they went on the road against the Lions. And you can talk yourself into, they'll keep it close with the defense and whatever, but no. Stefanski in the Stefanski era, 16-24-1 ATS off a win, 17-29-1 ATS on the road in general. On the road off a win, that's an automatic fade spot for this Browns team. And Drake May is playing really good.
Yeah, Browns also
and the Pats defense has done much better. Browns are 0-14 straight up if they allow 3 sacks. Like they just have no margin for error. And you're against a Patriots team. I couldn't find the trend on it, but after 3 road games, now you're coming back home after taking care of business. You don't want to see
that trend.
Why is it bad for the Patriots?
It's not good for the home team, but it's a very small sample size. My counter to that would be that this Patriots crowd has not seen Drake May since he's turned into an MVP discussion.
They're going to go nuts.
And I also think the Browns are playing their 5th road game in 8 weeks. That's insane. Now they're going to have a nice back end of the schedule. A lot of teams coming to Cleveland when it's cold, but that's brutal. And it's especially brutal when you have a rookie quarterback. We said that I said Dylan Gabriel is going to look very good against the Dolphins. The team's going to look very good. They hand the ball to Quinshon Judkins. They move the ball enough. It does. Now, words of caution. It does seem like Njoku could make it back. It also seems like Conklin's going to be out there, but I think I'm done. Yeah, I think I'm just Cleveland's in the same pile where you just have to. You can't think. You can't back them on the road.
Yeah,
period.
Cleveland. We know when to back Cleveland when they're at home and they can get a win with their defense. And we saw it last week. We saw it against the Packers. This is not that spot.
This is actually insane, Sean. They go to bye and they have play another road game, so that'll be 6. In their first 9 games are road games.
Yeah, and then Shador is going to come in and he's going to get the favorable part of the schedule and he's going to win a couple games.
Baltimore after that at home.
Oh, and Shador is going to win that game. You know he is.
Oh man,
talk radio is going to go nuts. Man. The internet's going to go nuts. Highlighting the difference in quarterback play. Drake May is currently number 1 in EPA per play. Dylan Gabriel 34th. Give me the New England Patriots laying the 7.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
Yeah, even the fact that the Patriots have done all of this being awful running the ball, which is the thing you can't do against the Browns anyway. So I think, the only way this gets spoiled is if we have like a, generational Myles Garrett game, but I don't think it's happening.
All right, Kramer, let's give it a little Underdog fantasy entry. Of course, appreciate you guys using the promo code SGPN. Play $5, get $100 in bonus funds, win up to 5,000 extra money with the Underdog Pick'em. Still see I got a Boostober kicking around.
They better figure out something that rhymes with November.
Boostember.
You can't say boost member
because that could be Movember.
That could be taken the wrong way.
Kramer, what do you like for a prop here, or a fantasy projection?
Yeah, come on, Sean. Maybe
do we give out a double tight end?
Well, you were mentioning it is tight end week, so we won't go. I didn't really highlight it in the Bears game. I do think Colston Loveland could have a nice game against this Ravens secondary. Okay. I'm a little terrified of that situation.
Okay. Well, they only have his TDs up, so maybe save for the prop show.
Yeah, maybe we save the tight end talk for the prop. What if we got Mac Jones fumble?
Mac Jones lose a fumble.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime we bet lose a fumble, it never hits.
Let's do a double fumble one right now.
All right. Let me see if fumbles lost.
Yep.
Okay.
Mac Jones.
Yes.
Who's the other guy that's going to lose a fumble this weekend? Dylan Gabriel in consideration.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz. Although let's stay on Sunday.
I kind of think
Tua.
Tua.
We have that. That's a potential. You have
Jordan Love would actually be one of my guesses.
Jordan Love.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going big or going home here.
All the way on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Let's see if they have it.
Because that could be fun. I mean, spoiler alert. Oh yeah, they do have it.
Okay.
I mean, this is Ryan. This is an 18xer even without the boost. All right.
Wow, that math doesn't add up. We must be getting some extra fumble juice.
So basically, Jordan Love to lose a fumble, Mac Jones to lose a fumble.
Oh, wow, 30% boost. Let's go.
Man, this is crazy.
I'm gonna go big on this one, as big as I can with the boost.
I don't know if you can do the boost over.
I just did.
Okay.
Let me give you a tip. You got to add it last.
No, that's what I did. It didn't work.
I just did. It worked for me. So
all right. I'll get Greg.
I'll give the chat a link so we can they can tail us.
All right, Ryan. Let's also talk about our good buddies over on Rhythm. The Rhythm is gonna bet you with picks, props, sides, total. Rhythm has you covered for all things gambling. Of course, they just NBA is live, but we're here talking about National Football League. Use that promo code SGPN25 when you download Rhythm. 25% off, and of course, you can win a chance for $1,000. All you got to do track at least 5 picks in your model there. Let's see what they like for some props here. Okay, we didn't really you know what they like? They like Kyle Pitts under receiving yards, 43.5 receiving yards. So check that out. Nice little prop there from Rhythm, and you can build your own models with Rhythm. Download the app today. Start winning. They're crushing it. College football pro. Download the Rhythm app. Use the promo code SGPN25.
All right. Is that Baker Mayfield?
It's a little AI work by Colby.
Oh my goodness. Don't give him AI. You want to talk about a dangerous situation. Watching, although I did learn some things from him, I'm man enough to say, but watching Patty C use AI was one of the most enlightening and scariest things I've ever seen. We got a 3-game late window. First up, 1:05 p.m. here on the West Coast, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. I don't think the NFC South rivalries get enough credit for how much these teams seem to dislike each other. In fact, Sean, before I get to the number, do we want to hear Baker talking about the Saints?
This is a great clip and certainly helped me get to my pick here.
Oh, that's still Lamar. Let's bring Baker up.
You said on a podcast over the summer that you hate the Saints. I'm just curious what makes this rivalry so intense.
It hasn't exactly been clean play from their part when we play them. It's a physical game. It is what it is. You expect it. Division rival. Yeah, not much else to say besides the fact that I don't like them.
I mean, look at how the funniest part is that the guy kind of the reporter kind of jokes and a couple of people are laughing.
Not funny.
Baker is just dead.
Not funny.
Serious. He is locked in.
I mean, look at this. Look at this face. It doesn't change the whole time.
Oh, that's a face of a killer.
Yeah.
I love betting on Baker. That's part of the reason why I'm picking them.
Are you at all worried that he's calling a team, telling them they're dirty?
No.
That generally pisses football teams off.
No. I trust Baker Mayfield and his trash talking instincts. If he feels like it's a good idea to talk shit on the Saints, I think it's a good idea. And I think he's got a good case here. First, Bucks off a loss. Now that historically has not been amazing, but I think as you heard from Baker, he's a pretty motivated situation. The counter is them on the Monday night. Obviously, Mike Evans is out. He's going to be out for a long time, little banged up, but
Bucky's still out.
Bucky Irving's still out. I think Rashad White props are certainly live. Baker dealing with, he's limited with a knee injury, Ryan. They're not going to play him until he's 100%.
Yeah,
this is not a soft. Of course, Baker Mayfield's going to play. He's playing good. But the real funny news was backup quarterback Teddy Bridgewater teeth did not practice. So people were having some fun Teddy Bridgewater jokes. Be great if he came back with just like an amazing grill.
Teeth.
So for me, the injury that everyone should be talking about, and again, this is our job. We scrape the O-line injuries. Maybe you guys missed it, but the center for the New Orleans Saints, their offensive line wasn't great to begin with, but their center was probably their best offensive lineman. He's out, done for the season. And then you got Vita Vea on the other side and Kendre Miller, who was actually a nice asset for them in the running game. He's out.
So this is a name to write down.
Yeah.
Who, Sean, we have in an industry best ball league, I believe, makes us look very smart. Devin Neal. Running back, he's the next man up. So I mean, Kendre Miller was being used.
Yeah,
clearly Kamara's retirement tour must involve some sort of like, hey man, I'm not doing more than like 20. Like give me 35 snaps a game because Miller was involved. So I think we would expect to see some Devin Neal. But I'm with you. I think the center injury is the biggest. Yeah, that offensive line they've been okay, but they keep missing parts. And I think when you lose a center. Hopefully the whole thing doesn't collapse. Although I think the other thing I would point out here is just, I mean, again, the Bucs lost in a situation they've lost in previously, this same iteration of the team, and now they have Baker with a little bit of an edge going against a team that should continue to be the doormat in the division. The number is not right though.
And I pulled up the stat: Tampa Bay 12-4 ATS off a loss in the Baker era.
I don't love the number they're dealing us here.
Really?
When I bet the Bucs, a team that has won nothing but tight games when they've won, I am going to be paying a bigger price than I would like to.
Well, Ryan, that's Novik again. They got it at 3.5 promo code SGPN. So if you
I love it. You know I love laying. I mean,
it's a good spot there. Saints defense 29th in defensive DVOA. This is just an awesome spot for the Bucs.
And the hopeful thing too is that with Ibuka didn't look all the way healthy last week. He's going to need to be all the way healthy.
Sorry, Ryan. I think you mispronounced his name. It is
Emeka Egbegboo.
I get that one wrong all the time. and
Rattler 0-6 ATS is a home underdog, failing to cover the spread by 10 points per game. We keep talking about, he's frisky. Might not be frisky.
We're going against. I mean, this is going to be a pros versus Joe's team, so we're going to be on the Joe's.
Oh,
side.
Sharps are loving the Saints.
Yeah, give me the Bucs.
This is, swashbuckling forward. Let's go. Tampa Bay -4. The center injury really, it's a big swing for me.
I'm also just like, it's unlikely I'll be like it. I guess I'd have to look at the schedule to confirm this fully, but I don't think I'm going to have a lot of situations where I'm fading the Bucs from here on out.
Yeah, they're a fun team.
All right, and no, never mind. Not worth talking about. All right, next up, game number 2 in arguably the worst late window the NFL has ever created. We have the Tennessee Titans heading to Indy to take on the Colts. My God, this is a big number, Sean.
Yeah. For a reason.
My God, the Titans are catching 2 touchdowns plus 775 on the money line. 47 is the total. The look ahead was 11.5, and they said, bump that shit all the way up to 2 touchdowns.
Cam Ward just can't hold on to the ball. And not like he's getting strip sacked. He literally just can't hold on to a football. And that was their get up game. And now you're going on the road.
Do you want to know what Cam Ward's rookie of the year price is right now?
It's probably 30-1.
80-1.
That's bad. There's only 2 rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, Tyler Shuck's not coming out anytime soon.
No, remember him?
Yeah, I mean it's becoming a very interesting race. It's Ibuka, it's Warren, Quinshon Junkins maybe launching in. The high priced running backs, they're not in the mix.
This is an interesting stat here. If you're like on the fence, spoiler alert, I'm going to be taking the Colts. If you're on the fence on what side to go with, Jonathan Taylor, he has 11 touchdowns. The Titans as a team, 6 touchdowns.
I did see that.
That's bad.
6 touchdowns is pretty bad. It's it's worse than with Will Levis last year, correct? I could be. I could be.
I said Callahan is going to show you, or that it wasn't all Will Levis's fault, and he showed us, and now Cam Ward's showing us.
Will Levis going on IR is the best thing that could have happened to him.
And Ryan, remember, well, we like the AFC South flow chart for the most part. Maybe the flow chart can save the Titans here. No, since the beginning of the 2023 season, Titans are 0-5 straight up in ATS versus the Colts, failing to cover by 7.1 points per game. And Ryan, long term, I know you think Danny Dimes might fall apart. I don't think it's this week. The Giants also in 2022 started 6-1 with Daniel Jones. They had a win total of 7, similar to what the Colts had.
And what they finish with
9, and then they won a playoff game, and that was it.
So they're not going to win a lot of games.
Destroyed by the Eagles.
Pointing out,
could be. I'm
other way.
I mean, really, this is just about the Tennessee Titans can't and don't want to stop Jonathan Taylor. He's going to run all over them.
The other side of, I mean, I think your flow chart data might be a little off because you go back to 2020 in Indy, they've covered 14 points in every one of those games. They've lost 3 of them outright. So the flow chart would actually support the Titans here.
Really? What year were you going back to?
In 2020 they won 45-26.
Oh yeah.
In 2021 they won 34-31. In 2022 they won 24-17. In 2023
those are the Vrabel Titans. They don't apply.
In 2023 they lost by a touchdown. In 2024 they lost by 8 points. So
okay, so to your point, they're covering the 14.
Yeah, they're keeping it within the number, but no, they're in the quit bucket. And maybe if this was a close your eyes special, maybe I'm done with this team. Also, Mike McCoy did a little bit of a deep dive with him. I don't think he's ever had success.
No,
I don't think he's ever had actual success. What a sad situation. If you're Cam Ward, we're very close to. Do we know if Cam Ward's dad has popped off on a podcast yet?
Hopefully. So give me the Colts laying the 14. Kramer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 14 points in the NFL, but these big dogs have covered. Or big favorites
actually, you know
have covered.
No, I can't do it. I told myself I wasn't going to get cute with some of the big dogs. Small dogs, not the big dogs. All right, next up. Game number 3 in the late window, where we're being forced to watch these games because there's only 3 games on. I don't know why they have to do this to us.
No, I'm excited for this game.
Oh, I know. I just think the likelihood that all 3 of these games could get out of hand is clear and evident to me. Dallas on the road against Denver. Denver laying 3 -173 on the money line. Dallas +153. 50.5 is the total. This was 5.5 on the look ahead. I'm not sure what the big adjustment's about. Maybe the big win over the Commanders.
Yeah, but to me that was I'm not moving the Cowboys in my power ratings off that.
That was Mariota, right?
Yeah. Well, I think the Commander, that to me just says more about the Commanders than it does the Cowboys. I mean, this Cowboys team lost to the Panthers on the road. Now you're going up against the Broncos team. You could say like maybe a letdown off of that crazy comeback win where they put up 33 points in the 4th quarter, but I don't know. To me, I kind of see it as they were asleep for 3 quarters, woke the fuck up, and now they're awake. And we've seen this Broncos offense, which has not been spectacular by any means, but they've had success against bad defenses at home. I mean, you remember what they did to the Cincinnati Bengals? I think this is a nice get up spot for the Broncos. And on the other side, I think they can at least slow down the Cowboys and their offense. Now it is a revenge game for Javonte Williams. Maybe he's fired up for that, but I think this Broncos defense was asleep at the wheel. And we saw it in the 4th quarter when they woke up from their London hangover and it turned into a completely different team. So I think we see more of that. I think offensively, you need to get Bo Nix going in the run game. It opens everything up, and he seems like a guy like he's got to get tackled or hit a couple times, and it seems to wake him up.
I think they're going to have a ton of success without needing to run. Like this is not a week I'm taking the Bo Nix rushing because they're just not. They don't get any pressure. They don't get any pressure, which and sometimes.
But I think they should do. I don't know. To your point, like I don't know if I'm playing the Bo Nix rushing props, but I think it's good for Denver to get the Bo Nix designed runs.
No, you're
going.
right. He likes to get a hit or two, but for me, the story, it's still the Denver's defense. We know who they are. Dallas has been good on offense, but Bo Nix is going to be able to sit back there, pick them apart. Sean Payton's going to be able to dial up some plays to beat this very bad defense. And yeah, Denver shouldn't be laying only 3 in this game. I think Dallas is, the hype on Dallas is getting a little out of hand.
Yeah, their defense is horrible. Lock it up. Broncos -3 at home.
Lock it up. Potential lock. Is that what you're saying?
It's always a potential lock, but
this is.
I realize I may have as some listeners and viewers have pointed out, I might have a bias against the Cowboys.
This is
my
the week,
model suggests no.
But this is a week where I think it's okay to take them as a lock. This is, I would say, Denver. One of my strongest plays.
Anthony Bowen in the chat saying no defense in the NFL can handle Dallas. Number 1 in the NFL for a reason.
Number 1 at what?
Did you watch the Panthers game? That Panthers defense handled this Cowboys offense.
The only number 1 unit going in this game is probably the pass rush of the Broncos.
Ryan, didn't we set up a filter on YouTube to not allow Cowboys fans into the chat?
Do we have some?
He says if we get Max, it's Super Bowl year for us. Well, bad news, Anthony. You're gonna have to get your time machine if you want to see some Cowboys Super Bowl action. Max Crosby not getting traded.
Also, how funny is it that they're just a pass rusher away, Sean?
Yeah, all they need is like a young, athletic pass rusher in his 20s, in his prime. Maybe the Packers have one available.
So dumb. I mean, all right. Keep Jerry alive for as long as possible. The humanity needs him. Sunday night football, 5:20 here on the West Coast. The Green Bay Packers head to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. A classic matchup, Sean. This can be a great jersey matchup. It's going to be great scene down out there in Pittsburgh. The 3 rivers coming together. Pittsburgh, a little extended rest here, coming off the Thursday night game. Green Bay, meanwhile, coming off that tragedy where they had to delay. What, their flight was delayed 6-7 hours. And I'm sure they probably had to deal with their wives when they got home. A lot of headaches. Pittsburgh 3-point home dogs. Oh my goodness. Mike Tomlin is a home dog. This is easy. Plus 150 on the money line. Green Bay -170, 45.5 is the total. Well, obviously there's a number of systems here aligning towards taking Tomlin, but also can we start to have the much like Baltimore, much like Buffalo? Are we wondering if Green Bay is actually a good football team? Because the Cardinals aren't exactly a juggernaut, and they had a backup quarterback play.
That was so annoying because I was on the Cardinals money line. Maybe I was a week early, but it was just the Packers let them hang around that game, and hats off to the Packers. They did win the game, but they're still getting power rated as if they're a dominant team, and I just haven't seen that. You got that tie game against the Cowboys, losing at home against the Browns. They've been somewhat unimpressive. I still think they're a good football team. I just don't think they're being power rated as if they're the best team in the NFC. And I just kind of don't see it. They really looked good those first 2 weeks. Those first 2 weeks they were dominating, and I haven't seen that level of dominance out of the Packers yet.
Well,
I still
the
think
Commanders might not be as good as we thought.
Yeah,
and they were just up for that Detroit game. That it might be as simple as that.
Yeah, no, and clearly Detroit's bounced back since then. But
which, by the way, right now Green Bay second to Detroit in the NFC in terms of power rankings. FYI,
who's power rankings?
Like at market aggregate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unpredictable. For me, well, fun Tomlin quote. Of course, there's been a lot of discussion for the Steelers. The Pitt Panthers also play in the same stadium. Players don't like that. They complain that the Pitt football team chews up the grass. They asked Tomlin about it. Quote, "I'm not a grass expert. I haven't cut my own grass in a long time. I'm going to stay in my lane. I don't even know who cuts my grass. Just all time. People are like, why do you like Tomlin? Well, one, he's awesome.
Stays in his lane.
And 2, he gives us gems like that. So let's just
fucking work in here.
Let's just start with Tomlin ATS after a loss, 57%, 61 and 46. He's 25 and 14 ATS as an underdog of an outright loss. And if you identify this situation, which we're in, where you're off a straight up loss and you're a home dog, only happened 15 times in the Tomlin era. 12 and 3. Are you kidding me? And you want to talk
strong.
You want to talk about road situations, schedule spots that are kind of odd. This is the 4th road game for the Packers in the past 5 games. Now there was a bye in there in the 5 games, and there was a home game, but and it was that weird game against the Bengals where Joe Flacco was playing. That weird game that they let the Bengals hang around and backdoor the massive number. So this is just an amazing situation spot for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I certainly concerned about the Pittsburgh Steelers secondary against the Packers receivers. Jordan Love is, playing pretty good there. I think they should be able to move the ball a little bit against the Steelers secondary, but like this is Tomlin's wheelhouse, coaching them up off a loss, and it is National Tight End Day, Ryan, here on Sunday. Packers defense. They lead the league in receptions allowed to the tight end, and that's everywhere. There's teams that have played 7 games. The Packers have only played 6 games. They lead the league 50 catches in 6 games to the tight end. And we just saw how much the Steelers love the tight end and how Aaron Rodgers was throwing darts to Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith. Everyone was involved.
I was so close with my Jonnu Smith ladder with the way Freiermuth got used there. Do we do a Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith, Connor Haywood, Darnell Washington anytime parlay, all 4 tight ends? Arthur Smith really wants to have 4 tight ends score a touchdown in the same weekend. I don't know. Did you say 5 out of 6? It was 4
out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this is relatively, not as strong as the 3 straight, which by the way, New England screwed up for us last week, but the 4th road game in 5 games is also a pretty strong angle. And so here's the crazy thing for me with this. The Steelers aren't being led by their defense.
No,
they're being led by their offense.
Yeah.
That they've been good. And some of that is a little bit of that is Aaron Rodgers, who still has it. He threw that goddamn pass 70 yards in the air, the Hail Mary.
That his confidence when he threw that Hail Mary had me scared. As someone who's on the Bengals, I'm like, oh man, this guy looks locked in. Now maybe it was the perks that he uses sometimes to deal with the pain, but he looked
Rodgers, baby.
His eyes were big, and he was like licking his lips, or licking his hand, and he launched that ball, and the bullet to Freiermuth. This is going to be a smash spot. And shout out to Kyle Kerms in the chat. Check out his YouTube channel. Awesome. I do his show Thursday nights after the Thursday night football. Has a bunch of our guys on. He's got his own network, Sauce Network, over on YouTube. Bunch of great handicappers. Check him out. Good stuff there. He agrees Steelers outright, which I cannot disagree. Give me the Steelers +3.
And it's like the offensive line has been playing better.
Yeah.
The run game, which Arthur Smith, I know people like to make fun of him. He loves to run the ball. Their running game is coming along. I think there's a lot of reasons to wonder what this is going to look like. And I think for all the noise about the Packers defense, did they look that good against a backup quarterback last week?
No,
I love.
Now Micah's been playing well, and he had a couple.
I've been pretty deep in the pressure sack numbers. He had
a really good game.
He's not really popping up in all.
I know Abdul Carter is the best because of his pressure.
Well, that's only if you're looking at pressures, but I've been looking at a lot of defensive line metrics in general. I think Micah Parsons underperforming his contract so far, but this feels like probably going to be my dog. I don't want to tease it too hard, but dog. Maybe I take the points. It is the Steelers. Just kidding. Monday Night Football. Only 13 games this week, Sean. So last one. Oh my goodness, what has Colby got for the Washington?
Somehow both logos. Well, yeah, I guess it makes sense. Both Native American teams.
And of course, we have the Arrowhead logo. One of the few stadiums.
Loves the stadium at Arrowhead.
This has to be AI, right? Is that a lady playing football? That's a massive. Look how big the football is, Sean, for the Washington Commander Redskin football team. Looks like it's a rock. Could be a rock. Washington is also a close your eyes special, Sean. Coming off a loss of 21 points or more against the spread. They're also on a back-to-back road spot. And this number against the Kansas City Chiefs is 12.5 plus 550 on the money line, minus 750 for the Chiefs. 47.5 is the total. Interesting to see the money line for Washington at plus 550 on a 12.5 point spread when Tennessee with 14 points is plus 775. A little bit more market support maybe for the Washington money line. Sean, the look ahead in this game was 4.5.
That's insane.
It's moved to 12.5. We've seen this before. Earlier in the season. We were debating like how many points is Jaden Daniels to Mariota. I know Mariota had a really bad game.
Jaden Daniels not healthy too.
Sure, but I mean we're talking about an 8-point move on a quarterback is like Andrew Luck in his prime, Aaron Rodgers in his prime with no backup. To me, this is a too much of a move. And for as much as everyone wants to throw the redwood down their gullet when talking about the Chiefs.
It's alluding to Travis Kelce.
Oh yeah,
if you don't know,
everyone knows
Swift
Taylor Swift's filthy potty mouth lyrics talking about a penis. Very, very crass. I mean, young girls listen to that music. They're just going to be talking about spreading. Very, very, very crass. Don't let your daughters listen to Taylor Swift. Anyway, 8-point move feels a little steep. I think Mariota coming in for backup duties is not the same as him having a week of prep, and which he is 100% going. Correct. There isn't a chance.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Oh, he's out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like they've ruled him out.
I've ruled him out.
Okay. You do this sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm
just confirming
almost 100%.
You're ruling him out. Yeah. He's not been ruled out yet.
He's not playing.
I mean
it's Monday, so they're not going to rule him out yet. But he's not.
There
playing.
was talk of him missing multiple weeks.
Yeah.
So
anytime you're getting the MRI on the hamstring, you're not coming back. That being said,
anyway, Marcus Mariota with a week of prep feels like a better situation than coming in mid game.
Yeah. And Marcus Mariota, of course, had that crazy win at Arrowhead. When was that? That was pre-pandemic, maybe 2018, 2019. I think Alex Smith. No, that would have.
It would have been Alex Smith.
No, maybe it was. No, maybe it was Mahomes. I'm trying to remember that
Mahomes
playoff
in his
victory
first year
where Mariota threw the ball and hit the guy in the head and then caught his own pass.
Oh yeah,
that was a crazy play.
January 6, 2018.
Okay.
It was Alex Smith. It was Mariota against Alex Smith.
Oh, so that was Alex Smith's last year then, right?
Well, no, the next year they draft Mahomes.
No, Mahomes plays a full season before the pandemic, right?
Yeah. Well, now we have to.
Oh no. So
yeah. No.
So that was the 2017 season, but the playoff game was 2018. And Mahomes started the 2018 season. Okay. All that to being said, if this wasn't for Monday night, I would love Washington even more here. But the fact that it is Monday night, I think Chiefs kind of still get up for this. Certainly there's a ton of concerns on Washington, both offensively and defensively. Maybe they get Terry McLaurin back, but Chiefs were clearly up for that Raiders game. Since 2022, Chiefs have played 6 games after facing the Raiders, 1-5 ATS. This is a non-conference spot for them. And they have the Bills look ahead coming up next week on a short week. So I guess I'd be surprised if they're 100% locked in. This number feels a bit inflated considering the situation spot. So I will take the Redskins here.
Close your eyes special.
Yeah. Close your eyes special.
Good.
Better performing the spread.
You got to come to church a little bit. I know you're skipping on Sunday, but I'm also on Washington. And I mean, I think, in the college show this week, we talked about there are a couple spots where, we're just fading BYU and Utah after the Holy War. I think fading the Chiefs and the Bills before the Chiefs and the Bills played is something we talked about on the team previews.
Yeah. No, I
don't think we ever in a million years thought we were going to get this kind of number.
12.5 is insane. Like Washington isn't that bad. And yeah, I get the line
not
is
the Titans. I mean,
no, I mean, that's a good point. I don't think this is as crazy as the Colts Titans disparity. We've seen Washington win some games that doesn't involve crazy situations that eliminate everyone from Survivor. So yeah, give me Washington plus 12.5. Kramer also on Washington 12.5. Kramer, we're going to do our lock, dog, and tease. Are you able to pull up our good buddy with his song "Hey D-Gens," Carl Restivo? I think that would be some good music to play on the way out. Our lock,
I can do that. Okay,
our lock, dog, and tease, and a bonus lock, of course, brought to you by mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. Ryan,
are you going to start?
Okay, you can start.
Well, no. I was gonna say you start while I pull up the
get the music
going.
Okay, my first lock, very easy. New England Patriots -7. Fading the Browns off a loss on the road. Pats getting back home. The situation spot's good for them. Yeah, it's a smash spot for the Pats here at home. Second lock. Do think they win outright, but I'll take Pittsburgh +3 as my second lock. Ryan, for my bonus lock, gonna go Tampa Bay -4, but I feel like I also want to take Carolina +7. But I'm worried about taking the Panthers as my money line dog just because of the idea of the Bills losing 3 games in a row.
Yeah, I think that
Panthers are at home.
I could see this being, I could see this. There's a lot of reasons to maybe avoid the Bucks compared to the Panthers from a point spread perspective.
All right. Since you talked me into it, Ryan, I'll take Carolina +7 as my bonus lock.
Do a great job of setting up accountability.
Do I go? Nah. Yeah.
You do what you got to do. I would take, for me, it's Carolina 10 times out of 10 in this spot.
10 times out of 10
with Andy Dalton coming out. Yeah, it's a classic upgrade back
so
quarterback,
and they're at home,
and you're getting a quarterback upgrade.
I do like New Orleans as well.
No, you like Tampa, not New Orleans.
Yeah, well,
don't slip.
That sealed it. That Freudian slip sealed it. For my money line dog, give me the Chicago Bears. I don't think this is crazy for them to win this game. This team is hot. They have a ping pong table. Ravens do not. Give me the Bears +3.5 on the money line. For my tease, little 6.3 team tease. Give me Atlanta down to 1.5. That's how you play Atlanta. Give me Indy down to 8, just in case they have a little bit of a pulse there. And last but not least, teasing through. Oh, you don't need to tease through 0. Give me Cincinnati -0.5. Kramer?
Oh,
that's a good tease.
Lock number 1, Houston.
Okay.
Lock number 2. Wait, are we doubling up on this one? Oh yeah, you also. All right. Lock number 2 is Denver.
Oh, nice.
Lock number 3. I'm also on Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I don't know why it feels right to take the points with that one versus the money line. Actually, you know what? Make that my money line.
Okay.
I'll lay it with the Ravens.
You're laying it with the Ravens.
Yes, third lock.
Oh wow, okay, that's a bad pick. Money line dog, or sorry, you have Steelers as your money line dog.
I don't know what I was thinking there. I don't need those stinking 3 points.
Well, it's a juicy +150. I'm sure I will be betting the money line as well. What about your 3 team tease, Ryan?
We're gonna tease the Patriots to 1.
Okay.
We're gonna tease the. I mean, the Bengals is staring us right in the face, but we're not going to do that. We're going to tease the. Oh my God. Go to Commanders. We'll tease that up to 18.5.
All right.
And then real tough teaser.
It's a crazy tease.
It's a crazy. Yeah, that is a crazy tease. And then we're going to also, let's just tease the Dolphins up to 13.5 as well while we're at it.
All right.
Get both close your eyes
Teasing the
specials.
Close your eyes specials up just in case. All right. Let's go circa million. I think we just put in the locks that we agree, which is everything except Baltimore. So Houston -1.5, Denver -3, New England -7, Pittsburgh +3, and Carolina +7. Feels like a nice little card there. 3 favorites, 2 dogs.
I will. Because I also on top of the Houston, Pittsburgh, Denver, Baltimore, I probably would have also landed on Carolina and New England. So, in terms of like when I'm out in Vegas picking up my paper tickets, said all that shit about dogs winning outright, and I'm on all these stupid. Although I will be round robining the Dolphin Commander, or actually we'll just do a standalone. Although I kind of want to put the Panthers in there, but I think I'm going to do a close your eyes special money line.
So Dolphins, Panthers, money line parlay.
No, Dolphins, Commanders. Money line parlay.
Yeah, that's not.
It's juicy.
Sure.
It's juicy. Oh. And we get to sweat it for a day once the Dolphins win.
Kramer, for our survivor, we do have one entry left with our buddy Daps. Seems like it's case closed. We're just going to take the Colts, right? Like we have not officially sent it in, but we
have the Chiefs available.
Yeah.
I mean, I wrote a little breakdown. To me, it's very simple. The Colts are the obvious choice. They don't have a ton of future value. If you're playing them in the future, you're probably playing them against another divisional foe, especially if you want to play them at home. I don't think they have any other easy home games, quote unquote. So the future value makes it easy. The Chiefs you want to save for the holidays, especially in Circa. Same with the Eagles, really. I think
the Eagles Black Friday against the Bears. If we make it to Thanksgiving weekend, that's a fun spot.
So going down the spread from there, you have Atlanta. I mean,
Atlanta's an interesting survivor.
They host Carolina week 11. I know that's a divisional game, but they do possess a little bit of future value.
Yeah.
The Bills on the road, probably not a position I would want to end up on here if I was in Survivor. And
huge non-conference road favorite.
I think a lot of people have already played the Bills as well.
Yeah.
And so, I would say
Colts just makes a ton of sense.
I think you're getting cute if you do anything else. Now, a little bit surprised to see all those Grandissimo entries burn the Chiefs last week. That's going to be an interesting one. So they do have a ton of future value.
All right. So officially a circa million. Houston -1.5. Denver -3. New England -7. Pittsburgh +3. Carolina +7. Appreciate everyone tuning in as always. We will be back 5:00 East, 2:00 Pacific with our buddy CJ Sullivan, aka the man in the box, talking our favorite props, picks, ladders. I hit my Dalton Schultz ladder up to 19-1 on the reception, so that was pretty fun there. Appreciate everyone tossing us a nice little rating review on Spotify, answering all your questions and comments. And Ryan, can you because I know our buddy Carl has this listed on YouTube. Maybe we'll put the link in the chat. The song is called
I'll show
Hey
it.
DJ.
I'm going to show it on the screen.
Okay,
so
perfect.
See.
So closing it out, of course, as always.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Enjoy the music, friends.
Kramer, let it
games tonight.
Right.
Got my lucky shirt on, yeah, I'm high as a kite. Kickoffs are starting soon, I better settle in. Maybe be here a while, now let the games begin. Hey, DJs, it's time for some football. Who do you like? Shit, I like them all. What type of friend says gamble is a sin? Yo, if you know bet, you know win. Hey, DJs, it's time for some football. Self-control, bro, I just bet it all on Kansas City, -10. Shit, I never lose, I just push or win. Parlays, teasers, tons of prop bets. I just bet heavy as fuck on this money line live bet. Got my cigars, my booze, and a bag of edibles. We the real men of D-Gen, this is how we roll. D-Gens, it's time for some football. Who do you like? Shit, I like them all. What type of friend says gamble is a sin? Yo, if you know bet, you know win. Hey, D-Gens, it's time for some football. Self-control, bro, I just bet it all on Kansas City, -10. Shit, I never lose, I just push or win. Score is tied and stakes is high. How's my prediction? It can't be denied. Hoping that this game don't slip away, cause this could be my fucking lucky day. Hey, D-Gens, it's time for some football. Who do you like? Shit, I like them all. What type of friend says gamble is a sin? Yo, if you know bet, you know win. Hey, D-Gens, it's time for some football. Self-control, bro, I just bet it all on the Houston Texans -10. Dude, I never lose, I just push or win. Only tell the wife when I have a big win, but it feels like they're getting fewer and far in between. Meanwhile, I love the Packers to win outright. Plus, I'm triple stacked with them in the Millie Maker tonight. Hey, D-Gens, it's time for some football. Who do you like? Shit, I like them all. What type of friend says gamble is a sin? Yo, if you know bet, you know win. Hey, D-Gens, it's time for some football. Self-control, bro, I just bet it all on Jacksonville +10. Shit, I never lose, I either push or win. Hey, Sean, yes, Ryan, fly, Eagles fly. Ryan, dude, wow, you're so sweet. I really appreciate that. It's going to be a great season for my Eagles. And hey, just for that, I'll give you a banger Giants drop. Now how does that sound? No way. Here we go. G-Man, the Giants are a great football team, and I have a weird crush on the head coach. I mean, he dropped all that weight, right? Dude, I'm dying. I know. Uh-oh, here comes Decker. Hey, Decker! Hey, kids! I just have one thing to say to you. What's that, Deck? San Diego Superchargers charge. Bro, they not an SD anymore. How many times do I have to tell you? That is a disgusting act. Hey, any of you guys want to toe out about disgusting? Hey, yo, how about my pats? Here we go, baby freaking wheel, man. Shut it, Capper. You like that? Careful of what? Of all the nerds.